Welcome back to the Birdies and Bourbon Show. Dan, I hope you had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, buddy. How are you?
Happy New Year, man. Yeah, happy holidays. Yeah, that's good. How about you?
Well, as you can tell, I'm still celebrating.
I can tell. I can tell.
I mean, I figured, why stop, baby? I'm on a roll. My New Year's resolution is to make New Year's last the whole year.
That's a good point. It's a good one. Are you still drinking eggnog?
Not at the moment, but you know what I am drinking? Maybe. No, but what I am drinking is I'm having a old fashioned with Catoctin Creek's Rabble Rouser, or Bottle and Bond. That's going to be releasing, I believe, in February. If not, it's going to be in March. And I think we're going to do a giveaway with those guys. So
cool.
We'll see how that goes. And I'm using some Elrod's Simple Syrup Mix.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
So yeah. So things are, the booze are flowing on MLK, baby. Booze are flowing.
Nice.
What's so hold on. Well, I gotta ask you, what'd you get for Christmas?
Yeah.
What'd you get for Christmas?
What did I get for Christmas? Let's see.
I would ask if you got.
Ooh,
I like that. Oh yeah, a little Bonesman, little True Links
True Links,
hey? I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Looking good. I see you got your Masters hat on, by the way.
I do.
Did you get somebody else's invitation in the mail?
Well, somebody got this one for last Christmas, and it just came this Christmas. I got a DM, and I said, I got a hat. I wore it all year, but do you want it? I think it's for you. I said, of course I do. So yeah, that's what happened.
I mean, of course, I'm giving it back if it would have accidentally showed up at my house. Not that it would have, because there's nobody lives here by the name of Scott Stallings. But if it would have shown up, how many people would have actually given that back?
I guess you kind of have to be a golf fan to figure it all out. I mean, everybody knows who the Masters are, but like, is it the spam?
Maybe somebody's an attorney, and it's like, hey, if I get on eBay trying to sell this thing, like I'm going to get, I don't know, the copyright infringements or.
It's true. Yeah. Cease and desist. If Cal would have gotten that sent to his house and it said Scott Stallings, and let's remove Scott Stallings because friend of the show, good friend of the show. It's another player. Cal would have DM'd him in January, and he would have said, "Hey, I got this Masters invite for you. Do you want me to send it over to you?" And he was, "Oh yeah." And you would have sent them a Xerox of it. He kept the original.
I'm thinking I would have sent one
frame behind you.
I would have sent one of these tickets behind me back here from years past. Is what I would have sent. Like, enjoy. Let me know how it works.
Or would you have just shown up and played?
So ideas. Always thinking ahead. I like where this is.
At
going.
least a couple of range days, right?
I like where at least until they say, "Hey, dude, who are you and what are you doing here?" I mean, they would have probably known it. I got my Willy Wonka ticket. Exactly. I'm here and I'm ready.
So you didn't actually get this invite. You know how many scratch outs I have about to get this thing?
Oh, too good. By the way, so apparently Scott Stallings and Matt O'Keefe from Hard Work Pays Off Training, they're going to start up a golf training program. I think that we're going to be involved in that. I don't know to what capacity. I've got a feeling it's going to be we're going to be working out. So be on the ready.
Who's in charge of the invites?
Let's just say Mr. O'Keefe may have sent a message. So now looking forward to having those guys back on the show soon. I did see Scott was over, and we will get to the Sentry Tournament of Champions in a few minutes, and we'll talk a little DraftKings. But
what did you get? What did you get for the holiday? You asked me. I showed you my hat.
Well, I bought myself this Ghost Tree hat. And by the way,
nice.
This is from Band and Dunes. I was there. I was there the first week in December, and man, December was a rough week for Ghost Trees. Sweetens lost theirs. It came down. Raise a glass. And yep. Bandon's, I guess the winds finally kind of got it, and I don't think it wasn't down the last that I saw, but it's on its way down. So. In true Sweetens fashion, they're they're just going to leave the ghost tree there. I mean, why move it? It's been there for, I don't know how long that thing's been there. I mean, years, definitely longer than I've been alive. So, but yeah, it's a shame to see that go down. So what I got missing up. I got a watch. I got a new watch, and I'm having some trouble with it. I know this isn't a watch show, but I know. But so will you give me a couple minutes? I need a pointer or two,
please. So,
and I've had my eye on it for a while, and I don't want to sound snooty or snotty either. But I'll tell you, it's a Tudor Black Bay 58.
Nice.
However, I thought it was going to be easy, and I thought it was, just if I need to adjust it, I can just knock the pin out and put the pin back in, or whatever you call the little thing. I'm no tinker, but it doesn't look like it's going to be that easy. So I think I'm going to have to take the damn thing to a watch shop and get it and get a couple of links taken. I've been my New Year's.
Oh yeah,
I've been losing weight, getting in shape, getting ready for this hard work pays off training. And
to take some of the links out, you probably want to get that professionally done. I mean, you're not Ed Sheeran over there. I mean, come on,
that's why I'm bringing it up. Sometimes I need to be steered in the right direction.
Yeah, I mean, like those guys like John Mayer and Ed Sheeran, they kind of have those repair kits or whatever, like in their backpack. But you're not that caliber yet. You're not that caliber yet. You need to take it to the watch shop. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll take it to the watch. But yeah,
they'll get it fixed for you in like 10 minutes.
2 years.
10 minutes. 10 minutes stops. Yeah. That's a nice watch, though, man. Yeah.
I know.
Really nice.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. Yeah,
what is the color profile on it?
I should have had it here, but I don't, because I'm not wearing it because it doesn't fit. It, like when I put my arm down, it falls off and it hits the floor, and I'm like, okay, well, I shouldn't do that anymore. That's dumb. One of the best decisions I've made so far this year is not doing that again. It's the blue face, blue dial.
Ooh.
So I don't know. There's probably got a name for it. It's like a Smurf or a.
No,
I
don't like that one.
But it's a blue face. Yeah. So it's it's slick, man. I think it looks great. So.
They make good stuff. They make really good stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, looking forward to getting that one in the rotation. So we'll enjoy that with a cocktail at some point. Great transition, by the way. I mean, coming from a professional, I hope to be sipping on a little bourbon at Pinehurst next week with Hunter and the fellas, and ladies. So yeah, hopefully I'll have the Tudor tuned up by then. Ooh. And I know we may have to do a little watch talk. Yeah, throw a little watch talk in with the bourbon, beer, and golf tasting. I mean, it seems like it's all fitting, kind of, doesn't it? Maybe?
Oh yeah. Oh, that fits in perfectly where we're going. 100%.
That's what I thought. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Hey, so you know what I was thinking about today? This is not bad, so you don't have to edit this part out. Not that we edit anything anyway. Yeah. I was thinking the last time I played golf, I had a busy holiday. I did. I was still working, but then I was kind of moving around from place to place. And the last time I played golf was at Bandon Dunes. That's how I ended 2022.
Not bad.
You know where I'm going to start? You know where we're going to start 2023 at?
Pinehurst.
I mean, what sucks about bookending your year with those two places? I hope to put it on repeat.
I think you're trying.
If anybody's listening, I know a guy. Just let me know. So it should be fun. We're going to be playing number 8. Hunter's good friend is he's the pro there. And I guess we're going to have a little tournament. They're going to video. They said there's going to be video. And I'm like, have y'all ever seen Dan play golf? They're like, that's why we're bringing the camera.
They do exist.
I guess it's like it's going to be like a parody of it's like, have you ever seen Happy Gilmore? So
exactly.
Yeah. So I think we've got a little 4-ball going on, I believe. And then we got a whiskey tasting afterwards. I think we've got another round, and then I think we're going to have a beer tasting the next day. So should be good. I hope they save us, Hunter, if you're listening, save us some ribs for Monday. Go ahead and put us some back. Keep them warm. Keep them warm. What else is going on in the golfing world? Brad Faxon, Smiley Kaufman, they just accepted their invitation to be host, anchors, whatever you call them, on commentators for NBC. Hey,
Nice.
Can't beat them.
Join him.
Announce for them. Yeah.
Announce for him. Yeah.
What else we got?
Tom Kim signs with Nike Golf. Shoe and apparel deal, the full deal. So congrats to him. It's a big deal, and guy's been on fire. He deserves it, right? So.
Now, is it Nike or is it T-Dub? Because I figured Charlie had already eaten into all the T-Dub contract money. So
I didn't specify. I just saw Nike, but I'm with you there. And then what was the other one? Oh, a lot of guys got married over the holiday.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. Yeah, who was it? It was
there's no reason. There's no reason to talk about if I did or didn't get married. We should. That's for the other show. It's for the other show.
That's for the other show. That's for the other show. Yeah, yeah. But that's behind the paywall. JT, Collin Morikawa, Sungjae Im, and
Will Zalatoris.
Will Zalatoris, 4 of them. Yeah. So and you had a good point. Yeah.
Did they do that because I think all 4 of those guys are in Hawaii.
Yeah, I think they all are too.
Did they get married in with did they do like a group? Did get a group discount or
get a group rate or something?
They have a coupon. They use a coupon.
You got to hand it to them. It is the off season. I'd do it in Hawaii if I was them. I'd just do it right before we went on the thing. But at least they didn't do it before the U.S. Open like old Bruce Cupcake.
Speaking of Cupcake, well, we'll get into that when we get in the Tournament of Champions. We'll talk about the Tournament of Champions, which formerly known as the Tournament of Champions. Now it's just called the Talk because because the champion thing. While they're all winners in my book, so we'll get into that one. But speaking of Cupcake. We haven't been on it a while. We haven't talked about we talked about Stallings' invitation getting bogarted, but we haven't talked about that I remember, but sometimes I talk about things and we talk about things and I don't remember them. But I don't recall us talking about the Masters inviting all the live guys.
Well, our last show that we did live, we were speculating because it had come out yet. We're like, where is it? I thought it'd be out by now, and then it came out like the day after. Then we released it that night, and the day after it came out. So they really got to hear our speculation, but we haven't actually got a chance to talk about the announcement.
Well, we weren't that far off. I mean, I think you and I both said that we thought that it was gonna be a thing, and they were gonna do it. And okay, so now that's happened. Well, okay, first off, did you hear about the OWGR just, I don't know, I'm allegedly approved. This is not technical terms over here, but allegedly they approved a Mexican tour that is a 54-hole tournament, but they do have to have a 36-hole qualifier. And there's something else, but it is 54 holes and they're going to get OWGR points. Now, the one is the 36-hole qualifier that Liv doesn't have. I forget what there's another stipulation in there. It doesn't matter. It's coming, right? And so if you've been a hater, sit back, man, because it is on its way. And the Masters let them in. I think what I should have said on the show was I think the Masters are gonna let them in. And I also think that once the Masters does it, everybody else will do it. Everybody's going to follow suit.
Yeah.
I don't know how they can't.
Well, okay. The only one that so it's the Masters and then there's 2 opens, right? So they're going to stay open. And then the only other one there, and this is what we talked about on the show, was the only one now that's kind of has a decision to make would be the PGA.
But you said, it's the PGA. It's not the Professional Golfers Association that is the tour. It is the Professional Golfers Association of America. So I mean, it's and while there's I guess there's a line, so I don't know what that means or what it doesn't. I do know Liv's heading to El Camaleon golf course. I mean, that's the first tournament that they're having. It's in Mexico. And I mean, I don't know, man. That's going to get, it's going to be a little squirrely. I did see some rumblings about who are they asking? It wasn't the Apple CEO. TaylorMade, the CEO of TaylorMade. They were allegedly, he was up for the taking over Greg Norman's spot, and he said absolutely not.
It means he's going to do it.
Yeah, he didn't have anything in his eye either. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. That was the speculation said, that he was the guy that they kind of, and maybe he's the guy that they wanted. And he very well could have said, no, I don't want to do that. So I can tell you that plenty of his clubs are being played on Live. So I mean, at that point, what are you going to do? And it's going to happen eventually. I mean, they're going to be playing.
They're going to be playing. Yeah. OWGR points are going to come their way eventually. They'll figure it out. If they have to play the other fourth day, they'll do that. They'll do whatever they have to do in order to get the points, right? So
yeah, it's just going to be who that's got to go.
Yeah, it's got to be Monahan's got to go.
It's like
I know we don't want to get into this deeply now because we want to celebrate the Sentry Tournament of Champions on. But can I ask you a question real quick? I did hear some other chatter on the break. A lot of heavy discussions about Live and PGA and the expectations going into this year. One of them was, and I want to ask you one question. So, and oftentimes we get things wrong, like not necessarily like factual things, but maybe some like strategy and maybe what people are shooting for, that kind of thing, right? So I heard this take, and it was regarding PGA Tour and Live, and I talked about how the PGA Tour now has got all these elevated events, which we're going to talk about one here in a minute, and they're doing a tour within a tour. If you're a tour within a tour, doesn't that kind of sound like there's an opening for another tour? I don't know if you can have a tour within a tour.
It sounds like the Live events are going to become the elevated events eventually.
Yeah, it's kind of like, well, I mean, like, like Lexus and Toyota. Toyota could have done, well, this is a Toyota within Toyota. Like, no, it's not. It's not.
Well, I mean, think about how many. So think about this. Think about what stadiums used to be called, be it baseball, football, what have you, and now think about what they're called, right? I mean, the Mercedes-Benz Dome in Georgia was the Georgia Dome forever, right? And now all of a sudden it's the Mercedes-Benz Dome. I think there's a lot of Mercedes at golf tournaments. Maybe select ones, but I don't know if there's a Mercedes. I don't recall a Mercedes-Benz golf tournament. So I think there's a lot of, so think about like Wells Fargo, think about Wyndham, and there's nothing wrong. And those are all great tournaments. We've been to many of them, but the Waste Management, which is an elevated event in Scottsdale, great golf. I mean, shit, man. Do you want to? That it's like that may be Live on steroids, right? I don't know if Live is actually doing what they're doing at TPC Scottsdale, but my point is that I think that there's a change is coming, and once they realize that there's other money that wants to get involved, I think that there are going to be folks that, because how long is Wells Fargo going to sit in this sponsorship role of a golf tournament until they realize that, well, there's the return on our investment is gone at this point. We're not, nobody's coming and shopping at Wells Fargo because, and I know it's not shopping, they're not doing business with Wells Fargo because I sponsor a golf tournament anymore. And I think that's the kind of the how do you get the new lifeblood in the thing? And I think it's like, hey, it may be time for a rotation. Now, I'm not saying that Wells Fargo is going to give it up. I mean, they're headquartered out of Charlotte. They sit right there. It's one of those things. But I mean, we've known other Fortune 50 companies that have had some sponsorships that have been in their own backyards. And it's like, hey, it's that the ROI is not there anymore. So I think that, and they're going to take that money and spend it somewhere else. But there's somebody waiting in line to spend it on the PGA Tour. So I think that's the evolution.
we saw with Workday, right? When during COVID and they had these new other tournaments, the second one over there at Memorial, and all that. And
Yep.
Workday stepped up, and then they had more tournaments, and there's all kinds of sponsors that want in. Yeah, 100%. Yep.
Yeah. So I think that's where we wind up at. And I mean, because somebody came up with a lot of money.
Yes,
because there are a lot of tournaments that weren't elevated that just became elevated.
That's true. That's true.
Who do you think regrets it? Who do you think regrets it most?
Not joining Live or joining Live?
Joining.
Who regrets joining Live the most?
Yeah. Because there's a lot of names. If I'm getting ahead of you, you can square me up here, but there's a lot of names. Being last year's winner of the Sentry, Cam Smith. I think Matt Jones went over. I could be mistaken, but I believe he did. Who else you got? Definitely DeChambeau, Kevin Na, Gooch, Patrick Reed. I mean, you've got like 20% of the field that was here last year. And I'm not dogging it out. I'm just saying 25% of the field that was here, that was at the Sentry last year, they're not here. And that's, hey, do the math.
I don't know. I don't know if I know anybody that's regretting it, though. And the reason I say that is because they all had issues with the PGA Tour that they didn't like day in day out. Bryson was a love-hate with everything. DJ didn't seem like he really cared about the smaller events. He wants to play the majors. That's all he wants to play. That's all he cares about. I don't know anybody. Patrick Reed certainly doesn't care about what's going on with the PGA Tour. These guys they don't seem to care. And they had like Sergio and they all had kind of this hate going on with what was going on over there. Like the leadership and the changes and the rules and everything else. No, they all kind of ran for a reason.
Haters.
They thought they were running towards something, not away from something.
Haters, you say? Haters.
Yeah.
Well, I know. I think they were running.
Do you have
towards...
anybody that said like that they think that? I mean, look, let's take the last guys. I know we got to move on because people hate it when we talk too much about Liv, but like HV3 and Cam Smith, they knew what they were getting in for because they went last, right? So they had a pure view of what they were going signing up for, and they can't dislike their decision because they had the most time to think about it, and they're not going to be the last ones going either.
That is probably also a true story.
These guys always announce like a week or two before the tournament, right? Because they want the buzz going into the tournament. So
Sure.
We'll probably hear some more defections, or whatever how you say it, going into the first tournament of the Live year.
Inflections. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
All right. Hold on. What else we got? And then we got to head over to the Sentry.
I think that's it from a golf perspective. Going in. Yeah.
Who's coming to see us? Spivey, if you're listening, you come see us. I know I sent you a note back and said we gotta. It's busy. There's a lot of crap going on, but we'll make room for our friends. And yes, the answer is yes. We will. I just want a chance to. I want time to get by there, and then that's at Broad Branch, and then Lone Rider Spirits. I think they're going to drop us off some stuff at some point over there. So, and then we won't be able to do a show with them. We don't have time, but I'll probably make another trip back up there. Maybe we'll go see Martha at Tobacco Road, or maybe we'll hit the Dormy Club. I mean, there's plenty of places that we can go see. And
I'm so disappointed we're missing our friends from the Chasing Daylight by like a week or so.
I'm so, yeah. Hey, here's what happens. It's just, when you get the invitation, you accept the invitation and you just roll with the invitation. So, but we'll see him again. I'm not worried about that.
Well, hopefully they come to Sweetens in September or somewhere around there, right?
I think so. Yeah. Well, I mean, I hope they do. If they don't, I'd just be rude.
It'd be rude. We crossed.
All right, let's get a refill, and we'll be right back with the Sentry Tournament of Champions. Cheers.
All right.
We are back, and Dan, we're heading to Hawaii. I hear it's the marriage destination of 2023. Even if you don't get even if you don't get married there, it's still, you can show up there. It's a good honeymoon spot.
Oh man.
I mean,
yeah.
who doesn't love a good honeymoon?
I'll tell you.
Let's see.
Some of those guys really love this place too. JT plays really well there.
I know he does. Hold on. So Kapalua Resort, Lahaina, Island of Maui. What's unique about this place? It's 7,600 yards. It's a par 73, which we don't see a lot of. It's got 3 par 5s and 3 par 3s. It's a Corin Crenshaw design, Bermuda greens. Here's what I think is, I think that if you're thinking about how this course is going to set up for these guys, it is 38, 39. I mean, I get confused with the Rory thing. I think it's 38 of the best golfers. Could be 39. We'll get to
I thought, yeah.
39. Thanks. And there's a lot of good Bermuda putters on here. This is absolutely a resort course. I think it's a great way to start the year. I think I like what they're doing. They did have to make some changes with the invitee list because there were quite a few winners last year. Cam Smith was a 2-time winner, but he won this, and he also win TPC? Did he win the Players this year?
Last year?
When did the big rain out, right? When the washout?
Well, he won. He won the Champions. He won in the Open. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Player of the year.
Yeah. Just making sure.
According to Tattersall, Player of the Year. If it wasn't for Lid, it would have been Player of the Year.
According. So yeah, I mean, this thing is going to be wide open. The weather, I'm no weatherman, Dan. I won't speak for you.
No.
Yeah. So, but it looks like it's going to be good, and it looks like everything's going to go just fine. So, yeah, we're here we are in Maui, and we've got the #1 player in the world, Dan. #1 player in the world at Capel. Oh, wait a minute.
No.
Wait a minute.
No.
Wait a minute.
No.
Hold on. The poster boy of the PGA Tour has elected to sit this tournament out.
Hey, Cal, please check your post-it note on the poster boy.
Oh,
he said no.
Oh, we got another one, do we?
No, I mean it's a big deal, right? I thought he was going to be here. This is one of those events. I think they were kind of like, hey, we want everybody in Maui or whatever. Yeah. He likes his off season.
I guess he does. I don't know. Where's he? But he'll be at the Wells. He'll be, because they've got to play 4 elevated events.
No sick days, Rory. No more sick days.
Outside of the major. Yeah, I don't know. We'll need to keep an eye on the guys' sick days and see how that works out. So let's head over to our friends at Fantasy National, and let's throw out what we got. You know, I mean, this is kind of a, so this year, previous years, as far as I know, it was Champions. This year they made the adjustment. If you were in if you qualified for the FedEx Cup and for the playoffs, then if you're in the top 30, then you got an invite to round out the field, because again, there's 10 or 15 people playing, which I'm glad to see a lot of these guys here. I think it's good. It's good for the sport. I think it's good exposure. And obviously they're happy to be there. So starting at the top, the $10,000 range, you got 3 people. Well, let's scratch that. Yep. You got 2 people. Yeah. And so Scottie Scheffler at $10,300. I mean, the undulation that you're going to have here, the creativity, the wind could get up, even though it looks like it's going to be fairly benign. I mean, depending on morning or afternoon, I mean, they're definitely going to get some wind. Everybody's going to be able to hit it longer than what they typically would. There are going to be some situations where they got to lay up, because the longer hitters are going to hit it. You know, they hit it too long. So I think most of these folks are going to wind up sitting kind of in the same spot as far as their tee shots go, or they're going to have an opportunity and they're going to be in the fairway. Now, approach, I think it's going to be, it's kind of what we got to hang our hat on. And I mean, think about JT. I guess I'm getting ahead of myself. We're talking $10,000 range. Who do you like, Scottie Scheffler or Jon Rahm? Are you starting there?
I think Rahm could really use this event. You know, I think he's poised well to win here. If I have a breakout year, we say that about him every year, and he had this disappointing couple of years, but just not with winning. Right, he plays well, but he just hasn't been winning a lot. But I could see him coming home with this trophy. Couldn't he?
I think this is one of those. I think it's a breakout year. I guess he's had a breakout year, but I think that.
Can you go through his last couple tournaments here?
Maybe. Of course I can. What are you talking about? We'll head over to our friends.
I don't have. Yeah,
I know, but we'll head over to our friends at Fantasy National, and I'll roll them out, man. Jon Rahm.
Mm-hmm.
At the Sentry, I want to make sure I'm looking at the right thing. Second last year, behind Cam Smith. I think Cam Smith won at like 35 or 36 under. I think Rahm was like 32 or 33. He was right there.
Yeah.
So second, T7, 10th, T8, and second.
Yeah. No field distractions, you know.
There won't be. Yeah, and even if it turns into a fucking putting contest, I mean, hey, it is. Yes, they are Bermuda greens. However, it's not Bermuda greens like what we see at Augusta. I think there's going to be the same undulation, but they're not going to be as fast. They can. I mean, these things are. There's a lot of wind exposure. I think this is where we were last year, was at the Sony, where Bryson was out there with the umbrella, like putting like in front of and behind. So yeah. So, I mean, that's what you're going to get there. And it's not links golf. I mean, it is like playing on an island. Oddly enough, it is an island. I guess everything kind of is an island at some point, but, yeah, I think I don't know how you can go wrong. I don't know if I'm on Scheffler yet. I think Scottie's a wait and see for me. I think he's probably wanting to duke it out with Cam Smith again at the Masters. So this could be, it's no cut. Everybody's getting paid. I mean, other than winning this and you're guaranteed in next year and you got some kind of kickers, but I mean, a lot of these people, especially in probably the $9,000 and higher range, they don't need anything. They don't need a ticket in. Their ticket's already cashed.
Yeah.
So, if I'm starting up here, and I'm probably not from a DraftKings perspective, could be my one and done though. Could be. Chasing Daylight podcast could be my one and done. You can pick the same one if you want. You can pick the same one. I don't care. All right. So where are we heading next?
Justin Thomas at 9,900, and you got Cantlay, Schauffele, Morikawa, Finau, and Fitzpatrick, all in the $9,000 range. I mean, JT, another one, plays really well here, right? Can you read those off?
T5, third, 1, third, and T22. And I would dare say that he's putting better than he has any of the previous 4 years where he was T5 or better. So yeah, I think that's a hit right there for sure. I don't know what's his ownership say it is.
30.3. It's high.
I mean, the issue is everybody's going to be high.
Yeah, including me.
I'm still talking about golf.
Mr. No Cut, right? He loves no cut.
Indeed he does. So yeah, I mean, I think that's probably a spot to stick at. Who else you liking?
Who else do I like here? Finau, Fitzpatrick. I'm probably staying away from Xander and Cantlay. Xander's last play was at Zozo. Cantlay hadn't played since Shriners. They've been taking some time off. I mean, they're probably going to need a little warm up, I would think. So I just don't know what to expect. And same thing, Morikawa. I have not liked what I've seen from Morikawa in his last little play, but these guys have all been taking a lot of time off. Not that anybody's extremely sharp here, right? So,
speaking of taking some time off, did you happen to catch? Any pics of Patrick Cantlay at over the New Year? over the new year?
Let
Did you happen to catch that?
It's a good point. It's a good point.
I mean, you being the fashionista that you are.
I am a fashionista.
I didn't say a fascist. I said a fashionista. I meant that in a positive way.
You did.
Indeed.
This is from I don't know where Joe got this, but one of our pals from the Twitter found this, and yeah, he's definitely not looking exactly dressed for New Year's Eve. What do you think?
Well, he looks relaxed, is what I'll say. Yeah, that's Joe over at Tour Picks. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if I wore that outfit, people would say not nice things about me. And I know not that I'm not nice about it. I mean, it's a little. Maybe this was like at breakfast. Maybe this was the day after. And I know it says date night. It says date night.
It does say date night.
Allegedly,
Yeah.
it's date night.
I don't know where Joe got it from, maybe from Instagram or something, but this John guy down here in the comments had a great one. He goes, the man's going to sign a deal with Old Navy before signing with Liv.
Well, Adam Scott he's a Uniqlo guy. And I mean, that's not far off. So it could be, could be a thing. Could be a thing.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
All right, hold on. We got to win some money this year. So not that we didn't win any last year, but we need to win some more this year.
We got to buy more Tudors, you know.
We do need to buy more Tudors. Somebody may have bought the Tudor for me. They said, what do you want? I said, don't give me no damn wedding ring. I can tell you that.
No, there you go. All right, here we go.
All right. So speaking of Patrick Cantlay, I'm all in on JT. The 30% kind of, but I don't know. The track record's there. Cantlay. I don't know. Tony Finau, he ranks out Model 1 here at 25%. I definitely like that better than Xander at 32. I like it better than Cantlay at 29. I like it better than just JT at 30. So I guess I'm going to the bottom of this thing, man. If I'm going in the $9,000 range, and I think how many weeks are you looking at on here?
24 rounds.
So yeah, I'm sorry, rounds. So I think it's Tony Finau and Matt Fitzpatrick for me, man. I mean, maybe I could go. I'm with you. I don't know about Morikawa. I think I'm probably a pass on that. But hey, United States, not contiguous 48.
It's true. It's true. Yeah. Give it to the Finau.
Yep. I'm just saying. I'm just Caribbean king. I know it's not the Caribbean. I know it's not the Caribbean, but I mean it is. It's definitely island time. So
maybe he's expanding.
I like where he's going with this, and I think it's a thing that would also be. Here's what I'm not going to do on a one and done this year. I'm not going to sit on and hold people. Whoever I think the best player in the field that has a chance to win, that's who's getting played. I'm not holding any cards. I'm letting it roll. And right now, Jon Rahm and Tony Finau are sitting, they're like aces in the hole right there. And one of them's got to get played for me.
All right. Sidebar real quick, because this is birdies and bourbon. If he's the island king, what rum should he be a sponsor of, or an ambassador of? Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to beat Foursquare.
Okay.
It's hard to beat. It's also hard to beat Rolling Fork. Mm-hmm. So I can keep rolling. I think Foursquare kind of sets the standard, and it's called Four.
It's true.
I think it's fitting. I think you could shoehorn that in there.
Like, my name's Tony Finau, and I love that being the real McCoy.
Ooh, the real McCoy is a guy. I like that. I like that too. I like that too.
He needs to sign something. He really does. He is the Caribbean king.
I could see him as a rum ambassador.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think I'm good on. I said it already. I won't say it again, but I like Fitzpatrick. I think that's probably a play at 11% ownership. That's somewhere to go. Willie Z just got married. Willie Z, we haven't seen him since he withdrew from, I don't know, whatever he withdrew from that I can recall. He did not play in the President's Cup. So I'm assuming that he would have played in that if he were able, of which I think he wasn't. He is here. So I think he's probably feels like he can play, but are there going to be some reservations there? Is there some rust to knock off?
Most likely. Yeah.
I'm passing him up. And if I'm picking somebody in the 20% or so ownership category, and by the way, it's early, it's Tuesday. So who knows what they're going to go to. What do you think about Tom Kim? I mean, that dude was on a friggin' roll, man.
Yeah. I think he's the real deal as well. CJ Cup, T11, T25 Zozo, first of the Shriners, T54 BMW, T13 FedEx St. Jude. Last 24 rounds off the T19th, an approach first, putting ninth. Model ranked fifth, $8,700, 19.4% projected ownership. I'm surprised it really drops the 10 or 11 points in the ownership coming down here, because these guys can win. They can, right?
He can. Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me at all to see him win this thing. I don't know that I bet him. I'll look in a minute and tell you if I did, but yeah. What did he do? Last 5 rounds, gained 2 strokes putting, almost 6 strokes tee to green. So yeah, I mean, that one's going to be hard to argue with. I don't know. I think it's his first trip here. Well, it's his first trip to this golf tournament. So, just signing with Nike. I mean, he's got a free ride for the next year. Not to say that he's not working hard and he's not, he doesn't want to win every tournament, but first timers don't really, they don't have a great track record here. Like you're not showing up here for the first time and winning. So, I mean, that's my, and again, you don't have to win, but I mean, if he gives you a top
same thing
5,
with Cam, same thing with Cam Young. Same thing
with Cam Young. Yeah. I think it's his first trip. And I mean, I think good. I mean, solid talent for sure. Right. I mean, it's there.
Guys,
but yeah, I think both of those guys. So some of the folks I'll talk about Viktor Hovland.
Yeah.
All day, baby. All day. 18%. What projected? What is it? 19%?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's I mean, what's he not doing well? It's chipping around the greens, and we're the resort course, man. So he's he can hit it close. And the putting, I think that the putting's kind of going to get washed out here a little bit. So
eighth in this field, last 24 rounds in putting. Not bad.
No. Yeah. I think I like Vic the Dick all day, buddy. Who else?
Sungjae.
Yep. No Sam Burns for me. Sungjae, absolutely. So does everybody else. He's almost 29%. So Sungjae is a guy that people are going to be leaning on. And I think here's the thing to be, to get contrarian on things and where we're going to go. I think I'm going to look at a couple things. I'm going to look at who do I think has got a chance of winning and who do I think has a chance of winning at a low ownership. So what's the win equity look like for a player? Sungjae's the one to me. Now while he does have a good track record here, I'll tell you what it is in a minute. Trust me. If I didn't close it out. Where are you, Sungjae? T8 and T5. So I guess that kind of shoots your first match here doesn't your first tournament here didn't go well. I mean, it's a T5. But yeah, I think Sungjae's probably, if I'm going to go for one of the guys that are that are around 30%, and I can get Sungjae at $8,300 at 30%. I mean, do you think Sungjae has as much win equity as JT at 9,900 or wherever he said 9,900?
Yeah.
I mean, here I can't argue that he doesn't. I think the thing, and Sungjae usually puts really well on Bermuda greens. The difference is going to be these Bermuda greens are going to be set up a little different. So it's a little bit different conditions, I guess I should say.
You think Sanjay's been to Cheeseburger in Paradise in Oahu?
Well, didn't he just get married?
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, why wouldn't he go multiple times a week?
Yeah, I think he's been. He's been.
Yeah, I'd say it's possible. Yeah, it said he wants the yard of beer. Yard of beer. What about Hideki? T13, T41, and T4 at this tournament.
Plays pretty well here. Yeah. The health is just,
He made the trip. I guess it's closer.
It's close.
I don't know.
I like him here. I actually like him here. I do.
I don't know. At 13, I don't know. I'll let you make that decision when we get to it.
All right.
Maybe Brian Harmon.
Yeah, plays well. Yep.
What about Billy Ho? What do you? It's at 6% ownership. I mean, at 6%, it's almost like shit. I just got to take you. Just even. So T23, T24, T25, and T11. Now he's not the longest hitter for sure. And but I mean around the green, which I don't know how that's not really going to work here. I don't know that gives him an advantage.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing that scares me. But man, at 6%, if he could just kind of get on a hot birdie streak, I mean that could be. I just don't know that he's going to be able to at 7,600 yards. Is that gonna kind of tamper him down? I'm going all the way down to you know who.
Mm-hmm.
And he's yes, he has not had a birthday yet, but he's getting a little older. And around the green, not looking that good, but at 10% and $7,600, I think I gotta throw a little Adam Scott out here, man.
He played great in the fall last year.
He played really good. And I mean, we've no cuts. The putter's been, even though I hate to watch him putt because that thing is just so horrible. But you got to do what you got to do. Over the past 5 years, he was T21 in 21. So it just goes to show, I mean, whatever he did last year was better than, and by the way, he was not a winner last year. He's here because he's in the top 30 of the folks that made it to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Tour championship, man.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. So, but I think Scott, I think Keegan's probably a play.
Keegan's certainly a play. I like Keegan here. Yep. He had a great fall as well.
Does everybody else like him? No, 14%. I mean, I think this is where you got to kind of, you don't have to.
These two sleepers right here.
I think this is a starting point, and I think it start to and listen, it's going to be boom or bust, right? I mean, it's either going to go really well or it's not, and I think that's a starting point, and I think you drop just one south of that. Sorry, Aaron Wise, but I think you go to somebody like Sith Theegala, and I mean, I think that I don't know why this course wouldn't set up fine for him.
Off the tee looks pretty, Yeah, I'd be a little worried about that.
But that's what I'm saying though. It's like this shit's gonna be. It's wide open, man. This is resort stuff.
Okay.
This is resort golf. I think when you look at somebody now, if his approach sucked, it's not that great. But if but off the tee, yeah. I mean, I think that's. He's not going to get into trouble here. And I mean, this thing is like, what did I hear? I was texting a caddy the other day, and he said the hardest walk in golf is right here. Hardest walk with all the undulation, like up and down, and it's long, and there's a lot of in between holes that you're having to, So, I think, I don't know. I mean, at 13%, I mean, I think I could start there and I could go down that road. So,
yeah, with you there. Seamus, another guy here. Good play. Off the tee, 28th. On his approach is 40th, which is last, but 28th in putting. But RSM T5, T3 at the W Technology, Bermuda first. I mean, yeah, you might, right? 18% projected ownership, maybe.
Not, yeah. I'm probably, yeah. I mean, T15 here last year. I mean, that's something. I mean, for the price, if you want to, depending on how heavy you want to shop up top. All right. Talk to me.
Lee.
Talk to me.
KH Lee, last $7,000, 18 model rank, 17th off the tee, 18th in putting.
T33 here last year.
Yeah. I don't know. He could get hot. All right. Okay. $6,000 range. Who you like down here?
So we got a lot of first timers down here, as far as I can tell. So I like a few guys. I don't, and what Scott Stallings, is this is the real Scott Stallings showing up, or is it going to be a different Scott Stallings? I mean, he played well at all the Bermuda courses. I mean, I don't know. It's I mean, I follow him religiously. Like he's been working hard, and no cut event. I think that's probably a play for me. Who else? Hoagie, absolutely is a play. And I don't think I'm going to have to dig too much deeper after that. I think I'm in good shape. However, just for the record, Mackenzie Hughes, T41 here in 2021, JT Poston, T11 here in 2022, and Ches Reavie, T27 in 2020. So, I mean, if you want to base it off of some experience, I mean, there's a little something there. I mean, they played the course, but again, I don't think the course is necessarily that challenging. I think it could be a little more of a distraction than it is the golf. I think it could be, it's kind of the opening year, and it's kind of like Daytona opening, or the NASCAR opening up with Daytona. Like, we're going to have even though it's not the Super Bowl, it's like, but we're going to celebrate, and we're going to bring everybody in that did it, and we're going to do it. Let's get after it. So that's kind of how I view this. Place.
Didn't Hovland win something late last year?
I thought so. Hold on, I'll tell you.
Are we missing a tournament on our little sheets here?
We could be. I don't know. We'll have to talk to the Moose at Fantasy National. Where are you? Vic? I think did you remove Viktor Hovland from my sheet? Here you go. Yes, he won.
Mayakoba, right? For the third time?
Fourth at the Open. Yes, Mayakoba. Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know why it's not showing in a little recent results over here, but
well, it was back in November.
Yeah, but it would have been like right around that CJ Cup time frame, the Zozo and all that, right? Right.
Yeah, should have been.
Should have been right there.
Yeah,
So,
I don't know.
Well, I'm going to take. I think I'm going to take Vic as my one and done.
You jumping right to it, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that's
Is he even
fair.
playing this week?
Vic who? Which Vic are you talking about?
Damone.
Right. Exactly. All right. Let's put a lineup together.
Okay, let's do a lineup.
Because I know everybody hates it when we do that.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be perfect. Let's see. Yes, and yes. All right. I think we start in the $7,000 range.
All right.
Oops. Or we can start with the 8,000. You want Vic at 8,500?
Why not? I mean, you can't go wrong there, can you?
Nope. Might as well take Sungjae at 8,300.
It's just choosing itself.
I like 76 and 7,500. You could argue if you want to.
Nope, I like them both.
Scott and Bradley are in the stable. $10,200 left. I mean, you have to do it, right?
Hold on, I'm missing somebody. I have 4 guys chosen.
Oh, wait a minute. I hit the wrong button.
Okay.
I hit Rory McIlroy.
Did you?
But then it said he's out. All right, so we got 9,015. So we got options here. So you want to drop down and take somebody in the $6,000 range? I tell you what, here's what I think. What do you feel about taking Rahm? I feel good about taking Rahm.
Love it. Let's do it.
I mean, I think he is going to put on now.
Oof. Yeah.
So here, I mean, don't we have to?
I don't know.
It's so we've wound up at $8,100 in Hideki Matsuyama. I'm not saying I don't care to leave money on the table. What's Hideki's ownership? I think it's something we keep an eye on, and I think at the ownership that it's 13%. Okay, so then who else do you want that's 8,100 or less?
Harman's good. You were talking about Horschel, maybe Adam Scott or Keegan Bradley.
Well, I've already picked those.
We already take those 2 guys. Yeah, I'm just going down the list of fantasy nationals. Sorry.
No. Here's who's left. You got Harman. I say I'm not on Horschel. I'm not on Henley. I'm not on Wise. We can go Thigala. We don't have to. Seamus. KH Lee. After that, we get into it's
after that, it's getting a little let's go with Hideki, and then we'll keep an eye on it, like you said.
I mean, if the ownership stays low,
I
mean, surely to God he's not hurt. He hasn't to do anything.
Exactly.
And the plane ride was short.
That's right. I think there is something about being that close and, kind of a similar time frame, right? Time zone for your home country and all that kind of stuff. There's probably gonna be a ton of press there, and it's gonna be more like a major for him kind of thing, I would think, but maybe not. I could be completely off. Wouldn't you think that? I would.
No, I think it's going to be totally fine, man. Yeah, I think it's.
But I mean, there's going to be a lot of people like into Hideki.
No, there's not going to be a lot of people there. Period. Following anybody.
Well, does this live in Kapalua?
Well, I don't know if they're having a concert. Number one, I don't know if they're giving away free booze. Number two, no. Well, shit. I'll assure you, in Lahaina, they ain't giving away free booze. That ain't happening. You're paying extra for that shit. And it's not easy. I mean, it's fun once you get there, but it's not easy to get to. Like it is. I mean, like if you're in California, it's not that bad to get to, but once you land and then you got to get somewhere else, then it becomes a little, it's a bit of a challenge. All right. We got to do one and dones. And I think I'm not afraid to go ahead and throw my one and done out there because I don't, you can pick the same one. I don't mind.
I already picked mine.
I don't care. But I think the Chase and Daylight fellas are going to one and done with us. We haven't really set the rules on this yet, other than you pick one player one time for the remainder of the season, and whatever the salary is at the end, that's who wins. So I think it's going to be us against them. That's what I think it is. But but we'll figure out the details. Don't let the truth get in the way of a good story. That's what I always say.
Mm-hmm.
Who, you sticking with Vic?
Yeah, give me Vic.
Yeah. All right. I'm going Rahm. Give me Rahm.
Go Rahm. Yeah.
Going Rahm. I mean, what's the worst thing that happens? He wins it.
Yeah.
And Vic finishes like T35.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean,
I think both those guys are big ball strikers, and this is, like you said, a resort type course. It's probably going to be a putting contest. From it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
we know how that frustrates somebody.
And he plays well angry though.
He does. Indeed, he does. Yeah. No, I feel good about that one. I think that's I think no Cam Smith in his way.
No Cam Smith in his way.
He ain't going to be sucking those fumes, trying to chase somebody down. I mean, he's coming and running and gunning hard, man. Running and gunning. So
yep.
we'll see how that goes down. Okay. So
a couple more things. You go first.
Yeah. No, you go.
Okay. So over the break, what do you think about this? New Year's resolutions. What do you think about this one?
To be less angry. Hatan. Well, is this 2023 or is this 2022?
Yeah. No, it's like going into 2023. He wants to be less angry.
Then I think I don't know if that's going to happen, but I understand what he's saying. But yeah, Terrell Hatton in your beating that tennis racket. I mean, I don't know. I mean, a lot of golfers are great tennis players, so maybe he had a reason to be frustrated.
So the year of 23. Remember this guy?
I don't know. Should I remember that guy?
Oh yeah. Look what he's doing. Remember this?
Who's it? Damon?
No, the year of 23. This is the batting stance guy. He's like famous for doing the batting stances, you know. This is Michael Jordan.
Oh yeah. He is doing the Jordan. It kind of looks like my golf swing, oddly enough. That's not a good thing. That's not good that it looks like my golf swing. Well, you said you had a few things.
No, those were two, and then because I definitely want to see what you're catching up on the TV. You know,
ooh,
you got a plane ride coming here pretty soon. You
what
have to figure out that.
I did, or I do. Yeah, you're right. King of Tulsa. I think it's like Sopranos
Solid.
meets Yellowstone.
Yeah.
I think it's good. I think that Sheridan guy. Has he done anything prior to Yellowstone that you're aware of?
Not from a TV, no, but he was Mr. Sicario. The movie Sicario.
He was the Sicario.
Sicario, Hell or High Water, and then Wind River.
Yeah. Well, that explains. Oh, speaking of Wind River, what about Jeremy Renner? Raise a glass and get well soon. But I don't know how that happened, but that was a pretty nasty.
So I think he lives in Lake Tahoe, and he was snow plowing his driveway after the storm or something. So hope he gets well soon.
Yeah. So do I.
And the football thing last night was very tragic as well. Yeah, hope he gets well soon as well.
That was tragic. You know, so I was talking today with some folks that I'm in in my fantasy league. And by the way, I did not win it. Yeah. Well, you win some, you lose some. All right. But I did have the most points scored against me. So I was definitely at, I was, I had most points scored against me. So, it was very tragic. I don't know that I've ever witnessed anything like that happen. No,
I haven't either. You hear stories about things like that happening, but I don't think I wasn't watching it live, but just being, I haven't either.
Nor was I. I was traveling back, but but absolutely, sad and hope that goes well. Do we know what they said that they postponed the game?
I don't know.
I don't know how because it's like, here's the thing. It's like, so the score was 7-3 in the
first quarter, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And halfway through the first, 7-3. And like, there's playoff. And I mean, there's more important things in football. Don't get me wrong. I'm not belittling anything that occurred, but there are playoff contentions that happen. I mean, and it's not just them. I mean, it's other teams as well
Yeah.
And so I don't, who knows? I hope it doesn't derail anything. I'm sure it won't in football, but and more importantly, I hope he gets well soon.
I mean,
so
I don't know the rules on like who advances if so and so wins. I'm not that involved with the football stuff. My team and we're pretty much out of it, right?
pretty much done.
Yeah. But what if they just called it a draw or a tie kind of thing?
Well, that's the thing. If they do call it if they say it's a tie, then or a draw, then it could impact them from. And while there will be playoffs, you may miss it could like screw up a bye week.
Yeah,
or it could screw up home field. But no,
maybe it's just the best thing to do,
I'm not. Yeah, I mean, hey man, it's like I don't know. That'll be settled with the attorneys.
I'm gonna make a joke. It's not about the football, but please, Commissioner, what's the commissioner of the NFL?
Goodell.
Yeah, Goodell. Don't text Jay. Don't ask for advice.
do not call the other commissioner looking for advice. That is not. It's no direction to go. No direction. That's what I'd say. I don't know. That's what I got. I think we got a lot of liquor stuff coming up, man. We got another run with Filmland, which I'm looking forward to. We got a run with Lone Rider Spirits. We got a run with there's a couple of other I don't want to mention yet, but yes, I think Badamski from Sweetens is coming back on soon, so it'll be good to do a little recap of 2022. I hope he doesn't say anything bad that I did up there that nobody is watching or that everybody is watching. And number two, we'll recap or we will look forward into 2023 and what's going to happen. So looking forward to doing that. We got a great event with Hunter and the folks over at Pinehurst. It's coming up soon. So be on the lookout for that. Following us on Instagram at birdies_bourbon. Don't follow the fake birdies and bourbon. It is not real. Not real. Birdies_bourbon on Instagram.
There you go.
And if you're only listening to this on podcast, go check us out on YouTube. You can see, I trimmed my beard up today and everything. I guess you can call this a beard, can't you? It's facial hair, at least.
It's a beard. Yeah.
I trimmed it up a little today, and I got my ghost tree hat on.
I know.
It's in respect for the ghost trees, man. The last week in December was a hell of a week for fucking ghost trees. Ain't many of them made it. I can tell you that.
So I'm gonna end up with one thing. You can stop looking in the mail. That invitation's been found. It's not going to you.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah.
Well, I'm just thinking if it got lost the first time, why couldn't it have gotten lost the second time?
Dixie, I gotta check the mail.
Just saying. Dixie's been going outside often. I don't want to be able to pilfering through that mailbox.
So if anybody wants to send Cal a late Christmas gift, please send him a Jello of the Month Club thing.
That's what did he call it? He called it it's a magnificent reward or award.
The gift that keeps on giving.
Until next time.